Hello, McVeigh Dragons. Welcome to Mr. Thornley's music class, Volume 8. This is for kindergarten and first grade. Okay, last time we had class, we started working on harmony, listening for harmony, and to be able to identify when we have harmony, when we don't, and what kind of harmony it is. If I have a melody with no harmony, just a melody that's sang. We could play a melody. We could all sing or play the same melody at the same time on different instruments, but if we're playing the same part, and that's it. Monophonic texture. If I add chords or an ostinato pattern with my melody, then it becomes homophonic texture. And that's our focus right now, harmony. And I think I talked a little bit of how a chord's made with you guys. I think I did last week with you guys. If I didn't, do it today. I know I did it with my other grade levels, but a chord, C chord. C chord's got a C note in it. And you notice how we did on the xylophone, I showed you the steps and all that. And we talked about steps, leaps, repeated notes. Well, the steps would be a scale. And if I'm in C, the bottom note would be a C. And it goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and a high C. The high C is an octave above the low one, and the low C is an octave below the high one. Okay? Well, C chord's made up of that scale, and we have C. We're going to skip the D, go to an E note, skip the F, and go to a G. So a C chord's got C, E, and G. First, third, and fifth. So if I play a C chord, they're all C chords right there. And by doing this, it's called a block chord. If I go like this, it's called an arpeggio. One note of the chord at a time. But anyway, chords. And then say a G chord. We have G chord, we have a G now as the first note of the chord. Musical alphabet goes A through G and starts over again. There is no H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and all that in music. Just A through G, it starts over. So if we have a G, next note will be A. We're gonna skip that note and go to B, skip the C and go to D. G, B, and D. G chord. All G's, B's, and D's. Okay, they're all over the place. Okay, so G chord. Now, ostinato patterns are a pattern that repeats. Okay. Last week, I think I talked about this one. I know our song was Bingo. I think I mentioned this one. I kind of had you listening, or showed it to you on the guitar. I was playing it. This is a very popular ostinato pattern. Very simple. And it's in a lot of songs. In fact, it's in the song that I asked you to check out, listen to, in my last Volume 7 video. I said check out me playing the piano on You've Got a Friend in Me, and listen for the harmony. Do you hear chords? Do you hear ostinato patterns? Do you hear something else? And in the song, definitely this is in part of it. Okay? This ostinato pattern. And the introduction starts off like this. I messed up. Let me do it again. My screensaver keeps coming on if I don't do it. So one more time. Okay, that's the first part, first section. And that's the A section. And the A section's got a lot in there. It's got what's called, first of all, it's got chords in it. But it also has what's called stride piano. It's when I go to a bass note and then of the chord, and then I go to the actual chord up high. Boom. All right, that's called stride piano playing. At the same time, I had chords and some extra little notes in there on my right hand. Okay, start off with this. It's an arpeggio of a chord, E flat chord, and then I did this. It's a little scale thing there, and a blues. That's the blues called a blues note, blues scale note. Okay, a lot of chords, a little bit of fancy stuff in there, but it's mainly the chords in that part. Okay, it does have a little melody with some of those notes included that are in a blues note. And then it goes to you heard me do this. These are chords I'm making a tremolo out of. Okay, so it's just constantly like that, and then I go into this. This is the B section. Notice that bass line. It's a ostinato pattern. Okay, and then you have some little chord things, melody notes in there, and you have, all right, so that is what's called a fill. And a fill is a little extra little thing in there, a little, when you hear music and you have to hear a melody, you want to have a little filler in there. And it's kind of a little melody on its own in a way, but it doesn't overlap the melody being sung. It's just in there to after end of a phrase, kind of. And then you have the, and I'm doing 2 notes at a time, and that's called a double stop. I know it's a lot to learn, but anyway, it's like that. You don't have to memorize all that. But, and then I went from here, and I did a walking bass line. Like that. And that's called walking bass line, and it's from the E. I'm in the key E flat. Now, you don't know that much about keys, but since I'm in the key E flat, if I showed you the steps in E flat, you start with E flat and go up, right? The flats and sharps are the black keys on the piano. The natural notes are the white keys on the piano. So this is in the key E flat. You don't have to worry about all that. But anyway, I do this like it's off a scale. So it's a little bit of a little scale run in there. So it mixes things up. You got the ostinato pattern. You got chords in there. You got the melody notes included, and you got some what's called fills, and little bass run, walking bass. So lots in there in that B section. And the B section is the first section. And each time it's sung, it's going to have new words to it. And then it's going to go back to the A section again, go back to the B section. And then it has this C section, which goes like, it's the part where you're a little smaller than me. Maybe a little smaller than me. Bigger and stronger too. Maybe. But none of them. And this is all chords without little walking bass. But you hear that? Same thing, just starting different pitch level, different note. So it goes like this, and it goes down to here. So you got just as once there it goes, and then and then it goes. I've lost my note. Now in D chord with this ostinato being played at the same time. D 7th chord, and it goes to a couple chords here together quick, and then it goes back into the B section. Oh, listen to that bass line. There's a lot going on right there with some scales there and stuff too, that are not necessarily part of the chord. Some of the notes are part of the chord, and there's some extra things there too. But anyway, it mixes them all up. So when you mix your chords, and if a band's playing, somebody's playing the chords somewhere along the line. A mixture of instruments are playing it together, but you got your chords in there and that are moving along, and then you got, like in this case, you got some ostinato patterns, you got some fills, little scale things, all together that make a really neat piece to play, fun piece to play, a nice little song. Okay, so this does have a lot of harmony in it, and our main focus is listening for those harmonies, especially for the ostinato patterns and the chords. All right, I'm going to play. See if you, I know you recognize this. Charlie Brown, Linus and Lucy starts off with this. All right, is that chord or ostinato? It's ostinato. You hear this. The A section of that has that played a lot. Then you have this over top of it. It's got a melody. It's two notes at the same time, but it's got the melody incorporated in there. See, like that. It's kind of a stretch too, by the way. This is no easy piece of music to play, to be honest with you. So together it sounds like this. Okay. All right. It's got more sections to it. I can actually play the whole thing, believe it or not. And there's some challenging parts in that thing. But anyway, that is ostinato on this hand. This hand's got double stops, two notes at once, but you got the melody included with some chordals type stuff. All right. To be able to identify when you hear chords or ostinato patterns. This week, I want you to listen to the music that you listen to. It could be on Kids Bop or whatever. Try to listen for the ostinato patterns in the songs that you like. Try to listen for the chords. You hear a guitar player strumming like that, making like he's probably playing chords. If he's got, bum bum ba dum bum bum ba da ba dum bum 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 ba ba dum bum bum ba dum. That's an ostinato pattern. Ostinato patterns get you moving a lot. They're very rhythmic generally, and so listen for those. And what instruments are playing it? Is the bass playing ostinato? Is guitar playing ostinato? Is piano playing ostinato? Who's playing the chords? Is it here fills being played in there? I want you to listen for that in music that you listen to. Okay, that's your homework for this week. That being said, I think that's it for now. I want you to be safe, mind your parents, be respectful, do things around the house that you're asked to do, like clean out your room and stuff like that, and help in the yard. But always do your McVeigh best. Excuse me. And be safe. Until next time, see you later.